Hey yogis, it's Amy. Welcome back. I have for you today a quick yoga warm-up. Now this warm-up is great to use at the beginning of a longer yoga practice to get your body moving, to get your muscles warm, to ease you into your practice. This flow is also great as a standalone practice if you just have a few minutes during your day and you need to add a little bit of movement to your day. Pull this out and use it then. My favorite time to use this particular flow is in the mornings after I wake up. So start in a simple seated posture. You can sit on a block here if you need a little more of an opening in your hips. But other than that, just find something that is comfortable for you. Feeling your sits bones root down into the earth beneath you, allow your spine to rise up tall. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, allow your eyes to softly close. We're going to take 3 gentle breaths here just to center our minds. Turn the palms of your hands so that they face downward on your knees. And beginning to move into the spine a little bit, what you'll do here is press that right palm into your right knee, straightening the right arm as you twist that right shoulder forward toward your midline. Inhale back up to a neutral spine. We're going to do the same movement on the other side. Left hand presses into the left knee, straighten the left arm, and exhale. Twist that left shoulder forward toward the midline again. Inhale back up. Exhale, right shoulder comes forward. Inhale up. Exhale, left shoulder comes forward. Inhale up. One more time on each side. Exhale the right shoulder forward. Inhale back up. And then the left shoulder comes forward last time. Inhale back up. Settle back into this neutral seated spot and bring your left hand behind you. The palm of your left hand is on the mat. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. And as you inhale, press the crown of your head toward the top of your space. And exhale, twist just a little bit over to the left. We're going to keep this really gentle right now. Your next inhale will bring you back to center. Right hand comes behind you. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist just a little to the right. Beautiful. Inhale back to a neutral spine. Left hand comes to the mat beside your left hip. As you inhale, sweep the right hand high. As you exhale here, bend that left elbow, stretching that right palm over toward the left side of the room. You'll feel a nice stretch here across the right side of your body. Inhale back up. Right hand comes to the mat. Your next inhale will lift your left hand high, palm of that left hand facing the right side of the room. As you exhale, bend into that right elbow, reaching that left hand toward the right side of the room, feeling that stretch along the left side of your body. Inhale back up. So in this seated posture, I'm going to give you a moment to work into your neck and shoulders. So find what feels right for you in this moment. Maybe rolling the shoulders forward and back, maybe dropping each ear to the shoulder, or maybe rolling your chin down to your chest. Play with all of that. Find what feels right for you and begin to release that tension in your neck and shoulders. Your word today to meditate on, whether you are just starting your morning or whether you have pulled away from your day to recharge your soul in this moment. Your word is from Lamentations chapter 3, verses 22 through 24. Because of the Lord's faithful love, we do not perish, for his mercies never end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say, the Lord is my portion. Therefore, I will put my hope in him. Inhaling back to a neutral spine. As you exhale, roll forward onto your hands and knees for table pose. Your wrist will line up beneath your shoulders and your knees will align beneath your hips. Find a strong core here, bringing your gaze to the mat just in front of your hands. We'll come into a spinal balance. So as you inhale, send your right leg out behind you. The leg is straight, your foot is flexed, and your toes are pointing down toward the mat. So your goal here is for your leg to be parallel to the mat. Take a moment and try to make that happen to the best of your ability. Now you can stay here, or if you want to add a little more challenge to this pose, extend the left arm out in front of you. You're going to play with the tension here within your body. Your left hand will reach toward the front of your space at the same time that the right heel is pulling backward. You should find that your core engages a lot here to keep yourself balanced. Take 3 more deep breaths here. And on your third exhale, your left hand will float back down to the mat. Right foot stays lifted. And you'll swing that straight right leg over past the right side of your mat so that it is perpendicular to your body. The sole of the right foot will press all the way into the mat. Hands are firmly pressed into the mat. You should feel a stretch across the inside of the right thigh and into the groin. You may also feel a little bit of a stretch along the outside of the right ankle and the outside of the right foot. If you feel the need to take this deeper, you can lower your torso down onto your forearms. One more breath here. If you are on your forearms, go ahead and press back up into the palms of your hands. Release the right foot, sending it straight back behind you again. And then exhale that right knee to the mat. Coming back to table pose, we'll flow through cat and cow here. So this is another one of those times that you take this and you move as you need to. For cow pose, as you inhale, you will tip your hips upward a bit, allowing your belly to drop down toward the mat as your chest and your gaze come forward. And then for cat pose, as you exhale, your tailbone will tuck underneath your spine rounds toward the ceiling, and your chin comes to your chest. So you'll flow back and forth here between cat and cow pose on your own time, moving with the rhythm and the speed of your own breath. Because of the Lord's faithful love, we do not perish, for his mercies never end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will put my hope in him. Coming back to a neutral spine, spinal balance on the opposite side now. As you inhale, lift your left leg, sending it straight out behind you. That left foot is flexed and your toes are pointing down toward the mat. Engage your core. Bring your gaze to the mat And if you want to make this a little more challenging, extend the right hand toward the front of your space. Again, playing with that tension in your body. Left heel presses to the back of the room. Right fingertips pull toward the front of the room. 3 deep breaths here. With your next exhale, that right hand floats back down to the mat, sweeping the left leg over past the left side of your mat, bringing the sole of the foot to the mat. Again, you may notice a bit of a gentle stretch across the outside of the left ankle. You may also notice a stretch along the inside of the left thigh and groin. You can stay here and find your breath, or if it's available to you, you can lower down onto your forearms. No matter where you are, take a moment and breathe into this space. One more deep inhale. If you're on your forearms, as you exhale, come back up to the palms of your hands. Sweep that left foot back behind you. And then exhale the left knee to the mat, coming back to table. Now we're going to take a few moments to add a little bit of movement into this practice. So from table, walk your hands out past your shoulders just a little bit here. Your goal is to come to a modified plank on your knees so that you have a long line from your shoulders to your hips to your knees, engaging your core, bringing your gaze to the mat in front of your hands. As you exhale, you will lower your body down to the mat. Elbows will stay back, pointing behind you. So you'll exhale all the way down to the mat. And then as you inhale, lift your chest off the mat just slightly, bringing your gaze forward for a baby back bend. Pause here for a moment, opening across the front of your heart space. Gentle bending here. And as you exhale, lower your torso all the way back down to the mat. And then inhale, pressing your hands firmly into the mat, lift back up to plank, modified on your knees. So inhale in plank. Exhale, lower down to the mat, one long, strong line. Inhale, baby back bend, lifting your gaze forward, chest comes off the mat slightly. Exhale back down to the mat. Inhale with a strong core, press up to plank on your knees. One more inhale here in plank. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale, baby back bend. Exhale down to the mat. Inhale back up to plank on your knees. And your exhale will send you back to child's pose. So 2 options in child's pose. Option 1 is your knees stay together, back rounds out over your thighs. Forehead comes to the mat or to a block. Option 2 is for your legs to come out wider than your body so that as you exhale, your chest can come down toward the mat. Again, forehead resting on the mat or on a block. No matter what position you take with your legs here, your great toes will touch behind you and your hips will settle back over your heels, maybe resting on your heels if you have that flexibility in your hips. We're going to take 2 more breaths here in child's pose. And then moving up to downward facing dog, spread your fingertips wide. And with your next inhale, your knees will lift off the mat. Hips will come up, facing the top back corner of the room behind you. So in downward facing dog, if you were to look in the mirror, Your body should make the shape of an inverted V. This takes practice, so if you're not there yet, just keep going. Knees can be bent as much as you need to. So settle in here in downward facing dog. As you exhale, imagine that you're pressing your heart a little closer to your thighs, finding that long line in your spine from your hips to your shoulders to your hands. And now I'm going to give you a minute to play here in downward facing dog, really adding some movement and working into the nuances along the back of your legs. So a few options as you play. You can take an alternate bend in each knee as if you were riding a bike. You can also bend your knees a lot, lifting your hips, and then straighten your legs, flowing back and forth here between a bent and straight leg. You can also sway your hips gently from side to side, or you can bring the edges of your feet wide to the edges of your mat, or your feet can be hip width apart. So play around with this, working into all of those muscles, bringing some movement and life into your practice. Because of the Lord's faithful love, we do not perish, for his mercies never end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say, the Lord is my portion. Therefore, I will put my hope in him. Finding a steady space in downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your gaze between your hands. Bend your knees a lot, lifting your hips. And as you exhale, take baby steps with your feet, bringing your feet toward the front of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Keep your knees bent as much as you need to here to find length in your spine and to allow your head to hang heavy toward the mat. Breathing into the last little bit of tension in your neck and shoulders. And then with your knees still bent, as you inhale, slowly roll all the way up to mountain pose. Because of the Lord's faithful love, we do not perish, for his mercies never end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say, the Lord is my portion. Therefore, I will put my hope in him. So there you have it, friends. I hope that your body is relaxed and warm now. I hope that your soul is refreshed. If you want to continue on with your yoga practice, I will link several options for you down below. You also, of course, always have the freedom just to move and breathe as your body calls you to. If you enjoyed this yoga warm-up, I would love for you to hit the thumbs up button below so I know to make more like it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do that now. Hit the bell icon and you will be notified of all of my new videos. And until next time, continue moving and breathing and becoming everything you were created to be.